It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wama.
Wally Wama here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first, they'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
Yes, hot. It was not so hot outside today, but we are getting into fall, which gets us into winter, which will make us look forward to spring and summer once again. Thank you so much for tuning into Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host.
Thabiti, and we welcome you to the program.
Absolutely. And also, you have to tell them so they can get ready to have.
Yes. We want you to have, as I demonstrate, have pen and paper handy for valuable information you'll want to record, and we'll also give you the phone numbers here so that you can call in and engage with our conversation and our guests. And as you see, the phone numbers are at the bottom of the screen, so please write them down and save them.
All right. And you'll want to call in soon. But first, I want to say good morning to Professor Griggs. Good morning to Vera and to Ron. Happy birthday. And to Katrina and Henry and to Al and to Carl and all of you. We enjoy so much meeting in the community, the various park meetings that are being held, and now meeting you and looking forward to greeting you and telling you a happy Monday morning. Thabi, do you have some people you want to say good morning to?
Yes, I'd like to say good morning to Brother Payimba, who's very responsible for our guests that we're going to have. Also, Brother Keith Hines, Sister Sly Soul, our poetress. And I want to ask you to have your family, friends, neighbors, acquaintances, co-workers, church members, anybody you know, actually, just to tune in and enjoy this. This will be a very, very informative show. You won't want to miss it.
Also, I want to say good morning to Bill, and good morning to Michelle, and happy birthday, Michelle. And all kinds of folks are having birthdays this month. This is September, Labor Day. Should be happy birthday to the mothers that did all that labor. But anyway, happy birthday to Miles and Brandon and to so many of you, David. And I'm looking forward to having you call in this morning. Now, the guest that we have with us today is one of the last poets. His name is David Nelson. And for those of you who remember the last poets, you will be looking at this as a treat. And we want to welcome you for joining us this morning, David.
Well, I am so very happy to be here. And as I said, you are a real soldier working overtime to bring wisdom to the community. And I applaud, and I'm very honored to be a part of the work, the very great work that you've done. I think this is my second time. A few years ago I was on.
Yes, well, we did add another show since you were here last. So that got me working morning, noon, and night, you know.
Right, I understand.
But tell us first, who is David Nelson?
Boy, now see, you hit me with a question. Who is David Nelson?
I hit you with my best shot.
I guess to make it light and strong at the same time, I'd say that David Nelson is GG4.
Okay, what's GG4?
G, great, G, grand, 4, father of universal rapport.
All right now.
And you can spell it with a capital G, small g, and a number 4.
Okay.
And the interesting thing about GG4, I mean, that's a good way to enter this whole conversation, because I have, in these years that I've lived, I've developed a deep philosophy. And philosophy is a guide. It's like a blueprint. Then you got to build on the philosophy. And that is that, what's his name? Wilhelm Reich. I was rereading his book, The Murder of Christ. And at the end of the book, in the bibliography, not the bibliography, in the appendix, he had a section where he said the bioenergetic definition of truth. And the bioenergetic definition of truth was, to paraphrase it slightly, I don't know if I brought his, see, I got all these books over in my bag, but I don't know if I brought his, but let me paraphrase it, because this is the depth of my philosophy. I got to paraphrase it all the way.
Okay.
It's a strong connection, without breaking, between the living perceiver and the life that is perceived. That's truth. And now he says that Christ was murdered because we are captured and we can't stand the flowing of life. That is, in other words, again, the living perceiver and what is inside you is life, which is to be perceived. And all of us have been taken away from that life that is to be perceived. And so as we realize this and return to, that's the only thing worth doing, is being in touch with the light. The trees are in touch with the life that is to be perceived, the bushes, the plants, all of nature. But we humanity have gotten so esoteric in our thinking and so oppressed too. I mean, there are those who are just sold out to death and don't want to perceive life.
Now, would that be to say, I'm just trying to, as you paraphrase, would that say that our consciousness has separated us from our reality, our true reality? Or
yes, that's a beautiful way of interpreting. See, that's what, and that takes me to what I'm doing, and that is accord. Art, community, conversation on revitalizing Detroit. And the dialogue that we just had, I said something, it was Reich said something, I paraphrased it, you re-paraphrased it. That's what we got to do. We got to share and flow. And this is what my aim is today in Detroit. I was born in Detroit in 1939, July 7th, 1939. I just completed 82 revolutions around the sun. And part of my philosophy is that life begins at 82. So both of you here are mature citizens, and I would challenge you. I don't think either of you is older than me. If you are, then I'm complimenting you highly. But look forward to 82 because it's not a joke. We're living in a new age. I was listening to what they call the Black Woodstock, the movie they just made.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm in that movie. If you've seen the previews, you'll see Nina Simone saying, "Are you ready, black people?" That's me.
Oh.
She's doing my poem.
Wow.
Have you ever seen her doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, she does segments in the feed up to that. And they never paid me yet. They're going to have to pay me. No, people have, Nina has bigged up that poem. And so I've been paid a couple of times because they've been in 2 Nina Simone documentaries. But how it feels to be free, yeah, I'm sure they're not avoiding it. They just didn't know the reality of it. So they'll give me a little token. I mean, it's not really, it's better that it's out there.
Yes.
That she's asking the question, and that's a real question. Maybe I'll do that poem.
Is she a good friend of yours?
Yeah, Nina, it's interesting you said, is she? And I will say she is, because she is one of our most treasured ancestors, and she was a very good friend. Interesting thing, we were connected by a mutual friend. I won't go into deep depth, but the friend who had influence in her life recommended that she come and see The Last Poets when we were off Broadway. And when she came, she just, bam, I got to do some of this. So she did 2 of my pieces. She did that one in the Black Woodstock, and then she did another one in an album called Emergency Ward. And it's Today is a Killer. She did a very wonderful thing. Everybody should look for it. Emergency Ward, Today is a Killer, and My Sweet Lord medley. It's 17 minutes long. The critics slammed it because nobody wanted to listen to a 17-minute song except someone who's very serious. I mean, you can listen to I can listen to Coltrane, the whole album, without stopping, and because I know I'm being fed. Same thing with Nina. I don't know if you know the song Paul Carter Harrison of the Beatles, My Sweet Lord.
Yes.
I really wanna. Well, you never see a cover outdo a great artist. Paul, I'm sure he'll bow his hat to her because she tore it up because she was really praying. And then she brought my poem, Today is a Killer, at the end. Of course, she ad-libbed, and my poem just ends, Today is a Killer. But she said, My sweet Lord, I want to see you, but today, and she did the poem, And then at the end, she said, "Today you are a killer."
Oh.
Wow.
And it's nothing. It's not blasphemy because the word God ain't no name. The word God is an acronym for generate, operate, destroy. And this is what a God does. Disintegrates what needs to be disintegrated at the end of its usefulness. And that comes back to where we are now. What I was saying, we're in the Aquarian age, and I'm here to tell you that life begins at 82 because you have the wisdom to live as long as you choose. Now, you got to make the choice because you're coming out of the Piscean age, and death was, you ain't never seen death on the planet Earth like you saw it in the Piscean age. And I was prepared for this program watching PBS, and they did a special on Bikini Atoll. You know what Bikini Atoll is?
Yeah.
You know, but you don't remember. This is where they tested atomic power after the war.
Oh, yeah.
Bikini Atoll. And they talked about the Pacific. It was part of, they're talking about the Pacific, but Bikini Atoll is in the Pacific. And they mentioned 1,000, I'm sure, fairly certain, 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb which killed millions of people in Japan, the 2 bombs, 1,000 times more powerful. Now, if that ain't about death, so there's never been, the Bible says something about the destroyer kills wonderfully. They, in the people who were, and you can't blame them, they were true to the age that we were in. Death was going to be a part of this Piscean age. Remember, they killed the one they thought to be the Son of God. I mean, so they were killing wonderfully. And to create an instrument that would be 1,000 times more powerful than, I mean, what would you be trying to kill? It's really amazing.
Seems like they're doing it now with the pandemic. Yes,
but see, that's a Piscean move. It's a Piscean move, and we're in Aquarius. Now, I'm number one, I'm not opposed to the medical profession, and I'm not opposed to the vaccine. I'm not fighting. I'm not telling people don't take the vaccine. That's a personal choice, though. And I don't need the vaccine because I have a very strong immune system. I don't need a mask or a vaccine. And I'm not going to spread no virus, and I'm not going to get a virus. But that's where I am in my development. You got to examine yourself. But the interesting thing about this is, let's say you're a sold out medical profession and you believe 100% that you got to find the answer. How come, along with searching for the perfect vaccine, you don't say, confess, we made a mistake, and most people have weakened immune systems. So we're also, while we search for vaccines, we're going to launch a program of everybody strengthen your immune system. Why wouldn't they do that?
It makes it's common sense.
It don't have money connected.
Well, true.
You don't have the money. You ain't gonna get no money by it. And that comes back full circle to what I'm basically on this program to talk about. I'm a poet, and I believe in the art, community conversation on revitalizing Detroit. And the program is launching with my other hat. I'm artist in residence and scholar in residence. And as a scholar, I have been researching health. I have been researching it from first of all, I'm a serious scholar. I'm not, I have trained, and it's interesting how the universe does it. I trained to be a scholar. I've been largely through 2 doctoral programs. I was awarded the title of PhD ABD, and as it worked out, I didn't write the dissertation. So you can figure it out for yourself whether I'm a doctor or not.
What's ADD?
ABD is all but dissertation.
Okay.
I have on my record that I am a PA, and I guess some would say that it runs out. If you don't write the dissertation in 20 years, then you're no longer PhD ABD. That's up to you. what ABD means is we believe that this person has mastered being a PhD to the degree that we're willing to examine him with a dissertation. And I, for various reasons, no use going into depth on that. But that's just to say that I am a artist and a scholar. So I am now serving as Detroit's 5-year artist in residence / scholar in residence. I'm doing that. I came here and I didn't ask anybody's permission. Are you all with me on this? Because I think by you bringing me on the program, you become automatically a sponsor of the artist / scholar in residence. And that's what I'm doing on Friday, all day Friday. We have a wonderful treat at, and I have the address. I'll look in my book and get the address, but it's you mentioned Piamba, the House of Pies, Loving Life Health Food Store. And it's a couple of blocks east of
Greenfield.
It's on Greenfield.
It's on
7
West 7 Mile, Sussex.
Yeah, Sussex, yeah. And I have the address in my
That's
book.
good.
But,
Okay.
But on Friday, I'll be there all day, and we have Dr. Z coming from California.
Fareed. Yes.
We've had him on before.
Yeah, he's going to be there also.
Oh, that's good.
Certainly part of the day. And I hope we have, and that's when I'm putting on my second hat, and that is as the scholar and my study of taking control of your health. I've taken control of my health, and I'm going to be, I've created documentation of that taking control. And I sincerely am very much aware that physical immortality is a possibility in the age in which we live. And that's not to say that you live forever, but that you live as long as you choose. And so you can live. I'm envisioning passing Methuselah, 970 years.
All right.
Because that's how long it's going to take for us to bring this golden age to full fruition, about 1,000 years.
Now, I'll just make a quick note. In about a minute and a half, we're going to have to take our bottom of the hour break. And so I don't want to interrupt your flow. And so I'm just sort of trying to do that now.
Now, is there a poem that you can do in less than a minute and a half?
Yes,
share one with us. Then we're going to break. Go ahead.
I find the pain. 5 minutes.
Sorry.
5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes to break.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Boy, what do I want to do? Well, let me do my very first poem, and that's very short, and then I'll do another one.
Okay.
I find the pain. Life seeks expression. I find the pain of being quite unendurable, and yet our warm bodies reach out so often without feeling. Your touch, part of my hollow aching, is somehow reassuring, and my eyes strain to drink in a smile. Why don't you smile sometimes?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wow.
You smiling, the beginning of all things, like the sea. But wait, let's go back. Black woman, I want to create a beautiful world for you, black woman. A world of beauty for you. A world where black women can bathe, naked and unashamed in gentle streams. A world where poetry is you, black woman, bathing in gentle rhythmic waves. I will create until I create that world for you, black woman, you smiling. The beginning of all things, like the sea, caressed by moon fingers. If ever there was a beginning, it was you. Smiling waves moving in soft geometric patterns, form blending into the subtle perfection of your body, glistening with crystal droplets of love's water and smiling even in tears. The waves come gently at times, but even the sea is made rough by the angry moon, and you are sometimes sadness, trying to harness that moon. Oh, but the sea is alive in your eyes, and the perfection rolling in the cool light of a new moon is the beginning of all things, like you smiling. Why don't you smile sometime?
Beautiful poetry, brother.
Yeah.
Beautiful
A world
poetry.
of beauty for beautiful you.
That is so nice.
You know, I have to say, now I'm not a poet so much as I'm a lyricist. So I usually write rhymes and more towards music and rhythmic, but I've always aspired to be able to do what you're doing, which is also a form of spoken word. But spoken word doesn't require music. It's just it's an expression.
It is the music.
Yeah, and your whole being is the music of that. Where I guess with my lyricism, what I try or attempt to do is, because the youth are so oriented towards music now, and the rappers, MCs, as some of them call themselves, for me to try to reach them, I find myself being more lyrical than poetical, but I strive for the same type of style, and you just let me know I got some homework to do.
Well, that comes back to the program. In Accord, as artist in residence, I'm going to be doing classes, organizing, mobilizing. I intend to unleash the same artistry that was unleashed in Harlem in the 60s. The artists, all the painters, all of the poets, the playwrights. You're going to see, as this 5-year residency, we're unleashing the black arts here in Detroit. And so don't be afraid. And you can be a part of some of the workshops that we have. I'm going to be doing master's workshops, but I'm going to be connecting with artists, and different artists are going to be doing various workshops and so forth.
Looking forward
That's wonderful.
Now, I think I want to let our engineer know that we are preparing to take our bottom of the hour break. And I want to ask you all again to have pen and paper handy, because the numbers will appear at the bottom of the screen randomly. And you want to write them down so that way you don't have to. So get your pen and paper handy is basically what I'm saying. You see, I demonstrated again. Get your pen and paper handy so that way you can ask this very wise brother questions and just absorb the knowledge and the wisdom.
All right. And to thank you all for tuning in today. Call on the break. Call somebody, your family, friends, co-workers. Let them know that we have David Nelson, the last poet, on with us this morning, so they too can tune in and listen and share and call in. And we will be back momentarily.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Woody Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chico Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, Luna?
The people you trust.
Stay safe. Go.
Your community.
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Pain. In the best and the worst times.
Ma'am, stop. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
in the people I serve.
Hi. Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broten,
And I am the BD Impinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
And we are back once again. And you know, I want to say good morning to Billy Jones as well. You know, this is very interesting, very enlightening, very enjoyable. And for those of you who just tuned in, I want you to know that our guest this morning is one of the last poets. That would be David Nelson. And we want to thank you once again for being with us this morning. And let me leave off of my camera. Who's this trying to call me? Somebody keeps trying to call instead of turning on the program on Channel 90.
They want to express themselves. And I want to say, brother, I did see that PBS program you were talking about when they were showing in the Bikini Atoll where they were exploding that. And, you know, I always ask myself about the mentality, and you kind of alluded to that, of someone who would look for supreme destructive power, you know, although they never used those, just the fact that you could even mobilize your mind to want to create something on that level, and then for what purpose. And one other question I want to ask you, and then I'm going to let you elaborate, brother. Now, you mentioned how we went from the, I believe you said the Piscean age to the Aquarian age. So now, does that have something to do with where the solar system is in the universe, or because I've always been kind of vague about that?
Yeah, that's the what you know, astrological ages. There are 12 astrological ages that, and life is cyclic, and so we're going through cycles. Let me back up one step before I even go further, because I've been alluded to as one of the last poets. And I think it's very important in my maturity to claim my full reality. And that is, I am the founder of the last poets. So I'm not, it's a big difference between being one of the last poets. And I also go by the last poet. So
tell us about the group, the organization,
okay,
and how you started all of that, so everybody will know.
We got 2 questions on the board, though. We talk about the age and the poet. So let's put a pin in the age and go back to the poets. But the age is very important. Where
now,
we
see,
are.
when I said who is David Nelson, that's when you should have told me.
Well, I told you.
I'm the
you're
founder
right. You're
of
right.
the
You're
last
right. You're
poets.
right. You're
Okay.
right. Okay, I stand corrected.
All right.
I should have said it at that point that I'm the founder. But GG4 ties into the founder. See, again, I am walking, you could say, if you put it in familiar terms for people in Western civilization, I'm walking with the Lord. I mean, or for people a little bit of more scientific consciousness, I'm flowing with the universe. Same thing. Same exact. I'm flowing with life. Because all of us have the God self inside us. For most of us, it's dormant. You get a little hint of it, just enough to keep you going. But in this age that we're in, so the last poets is part of a flow. And I met Guyland Kane. First of all, I was encouraged to read my poetry, and I was like, I wasn't no poet. I was just someone who, less than what you've described, you've made a commitment. And you're mature. I was a young guy who had written a few poems and was moved by the movement, but I hadn't shared my poetry with anyone, maybe a few friends. And one of the poets, I don't know how he became aware of it, Sam Anderson is his name, one of the Black Arts poets. And he said, they were having a poetry reading, he said, you need to read your poetry. I said, me, I ain't never read my poetry in front of nobody. I don't read no poetry. And Sam said, the people need to hear what, in other words, if you're one of the people and you have something from your heart to share, they need to hear it. So I say that same thing to you. People need to hear what you got to say. And I read my poetry, and there was a serious poet by the name of Guyland Kane. He was recognized. He'd been in a few plays. He was an actor and a poet. And so the two of us, a few people read, but the two of us were the stars. He was the star because he could present his. He made you know he was an actor. He dramatized it. Me, I was a star because I was scared through and through. And I was so sincere. I took every word like the poem. And that's when I learned that style. Mm-hmm. It's your sincerity and your reality. So I'm telling you about the last poets. So now he and I met. After that, we were invited to read for Malcolm's birthday 2 weeks hence.
Malcolm X?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is May. This was in May, early part of May in 1968. Mm-hmm. King had just been killed in April. Mm-hmm. And it was like a heavy burden, just death after death. Mm-hmm. That's how I ended up writing Die Nigger.
Wow.
because of all the death. But King had been killed, and the arts movement was spreading. It was energizing. Mm-hmm. And I had heard Larry Neal and Barbara Ann Teer. Barbara Ann Teer later was recognized as the National Black Theater Director. Mm. And they have the National Black Theater building in Harlem now. Wow. And I haven't been there lately, but the last time I was there, I wouldn't think it would be gone. But Larry Neal, right-hand man of Amiri Baraka, really, he and Barbara had done, I'd seen them somewhere, but they had done this groovy thing, she as an actress and him as the poet, back and forth with poetry. I said, man, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I love it. And so after the show, after my first reading, and I so admired the way Kane did things, and I was thinking about Barbara and Larry, I said, we've been invited, why don't we do poetry together? Mm-hmm. Or I don't know if I said it or he said it, but anyway, we agreed we were going to do the poetry together. And so in the meanwhile, Abiodun, I was the director of a summer program, anti-poverty program. And Abiodun, a.k.a. Charles Davis, it's interesting, Chuck D. Charles Davis was his name. Abiodun and I were friends. And so me and my lady friend went over to Abiodun's house, and he and his lady friend was there, and I just got on. Bam, bam, I was sharing, and black woman and different, do you know your true black self? Mm-hmm. We were just having a great time. And then I said, Dune, I'm going to be sharing in Mount Morris Park on Malcolm's birthday. Mm. You should come on out. So I didn't think no more about it. See, and Dune ain't going to tell a story like this, because Dune will say, well, we were poets in Harlem, and we decided to get together. That's an exaggeration. Dude, I'm sorry to out you like that. But the reality was, Dune was one of my young mentees. Mm. And he hadn't written no poetry that I ever heard of, because I'm just getting started. I ain't teaching nobody poetry. And he was certainly behind me. But on the day, I invited him to come out, and on the day, he came out waving a sheet of papers. Man, I wrote some poetry. He was excited. And so the three of us said, well, why don't we all three go on stage together? Now, back again, I'm the founder. What happened? Kane didn't know Abiodun. I introduced the two people, and then we agreed, and I did the first poem the last poets ever did, Nina Simone is doing now. Are you ready, black people? Are you really, really ready? Ready to do whatever is necessary? Are you ready, black man? Black woman, are you ready? And that's part of the poem. But that's what we did. But also, and then I'm going to pause, also we decided Howard University students had taken over the school. Oh. And they had a chant. And I'm not going to even go back to the original chant because it uses the N-word. But Nina Simone does it behind when she does it in the park. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? That's what Nina Simone, how she interpreted it. And so we went up using what they said. Are you ready? N-word. You got to be ready. Are you ready? N-word. You got to be ready. And in retrospect, that's a part of, this is where the young people, they're trying to ease the pain of that N-word. And I think they've eased it enough. We can ease it on out.
Yeah, thank you.
I think they've eased it, but now people, take it as something cute and sweet. But this is how, so now, am I the founder? I just told you how the Last Poets got started. Am I the founder or not?
Founder, brother.
I put two people together who've never been together. We went up on stage, and the universe guided us, and from there.
And it expanded to 7, I think, right?
Yeah, it ultimately, the universe, we fought among ourselves Kane wanted to have a group, and it wasn't until couple of years, I wrote the poem, by the way, after we performed the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We got an invitation from our first performance to go to NYU. The guy said, "Man, that's nice. Can y'all do that?" We said, "Yeah, why not?"
Mm-hmm.
And so we rehearsed a little bit and went to NYU, and I wrote a new poem called The New Breed. We are a new breed, black warriors, the last poets of the world. That's where the words came. And so after the second performance, we were looking for a title, and Kane suggested a very powerful title, but we weren't on the level that he was on in terms of consciousness of the struggle and the arts. He suggested that we become the Blue Guerrilla. And G-U, not G-O, but embodying the G-O.
Yeah.
G-U-E-R-L-L-A, Guerrilla, the Blue Guerrilla. A blue, just imagine, he later made an album called The Blue Guerrilla. A blue gorilla with an AK, but it's, a rifle.
Wow.
So that's what happened. That's why I think it's important that I accept the responsibility for being the founder, the creator of the word. After we laughed at the Blue Guerrilla because we thinking, gorilla, how this? We gorillas, what we But Kane had seen it so clearly. But he said, he didn't pause. He said, okay, you don't want that. How about The Last Poets?
Yeah.
Can we use the line from your poem? And I said, sure, why not? But now, last thing, what I didn't realize in regards to the 7, at the time, that while we were proclaiming ourselves as a group, the poem talks about a movement. So you can be a last poet. Everybody, and see, people, we tend to want to have a group mentality. And so today, Abiodun and Umar claim to be the last poets. But they're not. I mean, they are part of the movement. And I'm the president of the movement. So whoever I invite as a last poet, they could be a last poet. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. And they have, Umar has a copyright. Umar, I hate to tell you that the best copyright lawyer in America told me that your copyright is bogus. So I'm the only one that has a copyright. I got a copyright on my poem, The Last Poet, or New Breed. And so...
wow.
I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
We have a caller who wants to join the conversation. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
I'm going to guess this is me, Keith Hines, calling.
Yes.
Diamond Productions.
Yes, it is you, and you are now on with the founder of The Last Poets.
Oh, wow. Nelson. I don't believe this. That makes me right in league with the movie star.
Well, the one thing about it is I'd rather be in league with the revolutionaries like Kwame Nkrumah, like Kwame Ture, because and he's being in league with the movie stars if I ain't got their money. So once NWA pay their bill, then I'll be with the movie star because they owe me $10 million.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I guess I might have to tell my age. I'm 66 years old.
Hey, that's great.
And back when you were happening, and you're still happening, you never stopped.
Thank you.
And you were talking about the astrological, and right away the Fifth Dimension popped into my head.
Perfect.
Their songs and stuff, because it was about a movement back then.
Yep.
You're right, Keith.
Yeah, it's still about a movement, but we've lost. Many of us, too many of us, have lost sight of it. But it only takes a remnant to reawaken the people. And again, what I'm doing here is I am now Detroit's artist/scholar in residence, and I'll either sink or swim based on how the people accept me. And I've been accepted on the program. So, and that's what we're doing, awakening people to the power of the arts, and then the power of the community, and the power of interactive conversation in revitalizing Detroit. accord. We're bringing about more accord. I am the GG4, the great grandfather of universal rapport. And all you rappers need to take heed. If you ain't got no poem about rapport, something's wrong with your mind. Because rap means rapport. Yo, brother, are we rapping? Are we bringing more rapport now? Are we bringing rapport among us?
Yeah, right.
And I would add too, because like I said, this is where I really get off on, is that I've always felt, and then we think about the Harlem Renaissance, and then like you say, the '60s. Art has always been, even in the spirituals and the gospels and the plantation field, art has always been something that has been a foundation that has carried us and saved us and has given us enlightenment and has given us a certain will to be free.
Stirred us up.
Yeah, and I love that because that's part of like that whole universal music, which music is universal anyway. That's why people in other parts of the world, they don't even know our language, but they know our music and they imitate that. So art has always been a very the foundation of how we have moved as a people. So I just wanted to bring that in, brother.
Yeah, and so this is, again, this is a organic movement. You plant an acorn and you're liable to get an oak tree. If you plant a sequoia seed, which by the way is small, like a sliver of an acorn, but the tree is much bigger. Yes. So we're planting our sequoia of culture. I believe that Detroit is a unique place set aside by creation to make a statement in this age. We are the only black majority city in the Western world that has the opportunity to express ourselves as the proud bearers of the heritage of our ancient past and our not so ancient past. Where's our Detroit? What do you call it? The city of
Motown?
Black Wall Street. Where's our Detroit
Black
Wall Street? Where is our statement of our strength and our ability?
They put a freeway through it.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
You're talking about the past. I'm talking about the future.
Well,
if we can plant the seed,
let's do it. 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 Let's do it.
If we can plant the seed,
people have. We can say they put a. I'm sorry. We can say they, and we can acknowledge, but don't acknowledge it with resignation. Acknowledge it with.
Oh no.
That's the past, and now
right.
in the present, we're ready, and. Are you ready? That's the name of my first last poet's poem. Are you ready, black people? And the question still remains, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, brother. I went beyond, but go on.
There is a location. Keith.
Yes.
Okay,
what I was going to say is that we are on the right track. I love what I'm hearing and seeing. If we could just plant the right seed, this is the right time, and we could steer the youth and the public, our people, away from the gangster in rap, in the communication, and back into the growth and achievement in rap and communication. We could have a Black Wall Street.
Again, I say that I am the great-grandfather of rapport, and I'm saying to all of the rappers, you are not a rapper if you don't have anything. The first step you have to do is whatever you're saying, you got to create a rapport pronouncement. You got to create something that's going to bring rapport. And if you're not doing that, you're a fraud. You can't take a word and change its meaning. Rapport, R-A-P-P-O-R-T. I am building a port for rappers to come home. So you're right on, brother. That's what I'm doing.
And Keith, I would add to what you're saying. I guess like you run into that fork in the road. So there's a fork. One side goes towards wisdom, knowledge, growth, and the other one goes towards materialism. Because we have spoke about spiritualism, and we see that the materialistic side, which is what most of the quote unquote rappers seem to focus on, which is Bentleys and the high end champagne, the high end Rolexes, and those kind of things. So
don't forget the hotties, and don't forget the hotties.
Yeah, and especially that you got to have those. So those, it seems like when they got to the fork in the road, they went left instead of went right, and unfortunately, their influence has caused a lot of people to go left instead of going right. But I agree with you, and as I was telling Brother David when we were on our first break, that one of the things, because I'm more of a lyricist than a poet, is that I tried to use lyricism and the music of the current trend of music to try to bring them back to the right, because I know they're going to hear the music first. Music tends to set the foundation, and then the words build on that foundation. So again, this brother's going to be teaching, which I'll definitely be one of the students, on how to craft my use of words so that I can be more effective when I try to communicate. But that's where we're at. We have to try to get them back towards the right and to the left, because but we have to realize too, we're in a capitalistic society, and most things are materialistic in a capitalistic society, and we kind of got caught up in that. And we're approaching break now, so I want to again let everyone know that get your pen and paper handy. The numbers here are 868-0342, 868-0351. They're at the bottom of the screen, and 868-4336. And join us after the break, please.
Mm-hmm. And Keith,
yes.
Have your pen and paper ready to get information about the program that David is leading this coming Friday. That would be
great.
the
All
10th.
day Friday.
The all-day Friday. That'll be the 10th of September.
Because the health is the first step.
Right. And we will be back after this.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinda from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
You're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Wallman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chico Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
WVIE 107.3 FM Charlotte, Amalia, Virgin Islands.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broughton, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, Luna?
The people you trust,
Stay safe. Go.
your community,
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Pain.
in the best and the worst times.
Walk away from me! Ma'am, stop! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
in the people I serve.
Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Impinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
All right. And thank you so much for tuning in to Hood Research as we go through the program Feedback. It's a positive image production by Hood Research. And as you have seen this morning, we have brought in a very, very positive person in David Nelson, the founder of The Last Poets. And we also want you to know that Hood Research is inviting you to an afternoon with Hood Research each Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. All you need to do is dial 1-978-990-5000. Again, that's 1-978-990-5000. And the access number is 338 888-729. Press the pound key and join the conversation. There are some people who call it a tic-tac-toe sign. Others call it a hashtag, whatever you call it. You dial the access code or number, which is 338-729. Press it and join the conversation. Well, we have so many things going on at Hood Research. We also want you to know we have a website and Facebook, and we ask that you follow us on Twitter. That's another opportunity to share with Hood Research. We have a caller on the line in Keith Hines, and he has been talking with our guest, David Nelson, founder of The Last Poets. So, Keith, did you have another question or statement you wanted to share?
Yes, I do. I'm not going to tie up all your time because I know how you guys are so busy. But Brother Nelson, this might be a good time for him if the people hear it from his mouth instead of mine. Back when Sony took and went to the federal government, of course they threw all the money out there to have the rules changed so they could get to more swearing into the music, and so that they could make out. Because a lot of these rappers, I'm going to Grandmaster Flash, all of them, a lot of them people don't realize are actually subbed under the Sony Corporation. So Sony is like the ghost guy in the background getting rich off us. And just because we can swear doesn't mean that we have to swear and disrespect ourselves.
Right, absolutely. And that's a good point. You remember then the FCC changing their rules?
Yeah, I wasn't aware that the rules were changed, but I'm not surprised. It makes all the sense in the world.
Yes,
and, but you see, that, again, Sony is the one who backed NWA. And I sued Sony. And my lawyer, I'm not even going to mention the lawyer by name, but my lawyer was a single individual black person. And when Sony came out with their cadre of lawyers, I mean, they blew us out of the water. We weren't ready to fight one of the major corporations of America. And so my suit, in retrospect, if I was more mature, I would have said, okay, I can't win, and just let it lay, because come back when I was stronger. Like I can sue them now and win. But that's the way it goes. We had to settle, but it's all right. But I'm saying Sony was obviously what we got to do now with these corporations is approach them with our strength. So Sony can be our servant, and they can do what we need to have done. And we can't correct what they've already done, just like we can't correct slavery, but we could demand that reparations, and reparations, quiet as it's kept, is already being paid, because LeBron and all the NBA got part of it. The rap industry got part of it. All we got to do is bring everybody together and say, all right, we got $99 billion here among ourselves. Now, what are we going to do with it to glorify ourselves?
Well,
we don't need nobody to give us no more than we've already gotten.
Well, I disagree with that. However, what has happened,
there's $99 billion, how much more do you need? How much more money do you need, my sister?
No.
I mean, we got it. We just got to bring it together.
Well, that's where the movement has to keep working. There's an organization founded in New York by Bob Law called the National Black Leadership Alliance, and effort has been put forth to change what is happening with the FCC, because our young people are brainwashed through the kind of music that is out there. The Grammy Awards gave an award to a guy who says, go out there and shoot the end in the head just to see what he'll do. I mean, what kind of wording is that to put in a song? He has the song that they gave him an award and highlighted, talked about spraying the neighborhood. That's slang. Not for go water your neighbor's grass and be nice, but just go down the block, kill people. Don't matter. You don't have to know them. Just discriminate, kill whoever you want to. Just do that. And talked about women, being bees and whores and all of that, and using the N-word all throughout the song. He got a Grammy for it. Then the NAACP, that's not worth a sack of rocks, turned around and did the same thing. And they had a woman on there who says that she don't need a pimp. She can pimp her own stuff between her legs. All that is in the songs that were put before the community. And this was going on during primetime TV. And she was rolling around on the bed with another woman. I mean, that is unacceptable. It's definitely unacceptable.
Could I say that we, in all due respect and humility, the best way to change your child's... I was scared the first time I said a curse word because my parents had told me. Yep. So we've lost our children. And when we get our children back, then that will solve the problem. And like I said, I want to be clear. I ain't opposed to anyone seeking any remedy to our problem but the essence of the problem is accord in the community. It's people, is this 600,000 strong population in Detroit manifesting the beauty of our blackness. And we haven't done that yet.
That's
and
right.
We don't need anyone to change, to be anyone outside of us to do anything for us to huddle together and start doing it, and then you'll see them start changing a lot easier. If we when you and I come, you and I are going to get together, and you're going to manifest a higher level, and I'm going to be blessed by helping you to do that.
And what I wanted to do, brother, because we probably, let's say, got maybe about 13 minutes in the show or something, but I want you now and then at the end of the show to tell everybody about what's going on Friday, because I think that's important, and I want to make sure if y'all got your pens and paper like I told you, then listen and start writing down. And let me just say real quickly that the address is 15224 West 7 Mile. That's the Loving Life health food store. It's 15224 West 7 Mile. And I'll let you take it, brother.
Okay. Again, moving with the flow. My Payimba, who you mentioned, who's responsible for me being on the show today, the House of Pie has taken, it's a family health food store. Our family, extended family owned the store and was transferred under Pie's direction now. And so I'm participating in a bigging up of what they're doing, and because it's so central. Everything that I want to do begins with what we're doing on Friday. I'm going to be there virtually from 10 a.m. when they begin until 6 o'clock or 7 whenever they close, and after. If we, it depends on the people. We are ministering to the people. We'll be doing some things outside, but basically, as I said, the Accord program, David Nelson, for the next 5 years, has committed to being Detroit artist / scholar in residence. And so there will be some poetry and some art there, but the scholarship in this case is devoted towards the primary, the first thing that we have to do to change our circumstance. It's nothing that anybody else has to do. I mean, it'd be good if people would buy into and stop trying to get us to get vaccinated with experimental vaccines. And some people, that's what they're doing. They have some experimental, some of them are more advanced than others, and they're experimenting. It would be good if people would stop doing that. But what we can do in the meantime is what I said. Take control of your health.
Absolutely.
Strengthen your immune system. So what we're talking about there is, this is a health food store. I'm going to be there to share my research on my work in taking control of my health as an elder. I expect to be here healthy and living for the next 70 years, because life begins at 82. So 70 years was promised, so I expect to live to 152 without a lot of effort, just by using the wisdom that I have. And so part of what I'll be doing there is sharing my wisdom. We will have Dr. Zarif there, who is a noted natural health physician, has books that he has written, and he's a consultant to many hospitals and MDs. Myself, I have 50 years devoted myself to staying healthy, and I have finally reached a point where I feel that there are things I can share. I have one of my little pamphlets here called More Dyadic Maturity Healing, and I have a book called Dyadic Maturity Healing that I hope to have on sale there. But Meditation Tools is the subtitle. So it all begins with the mind. And if you have a healthy mind, if you have any health issues, you got to go first to your mind and see how you can make the mental adjustments. And so that's
our mind, body, and soul. And you know, when Motown started, speaking of the mind, he had a woman who trained the whole team to look good, be good, shoes shine, clothes press, no hair out of place. They traveled around the world performing. They traveled around the world. They were ambassadors for us. They didn't know they were ambassadors, but as they traveled around the world, being young black people, around the world, people had respect for the black community. They had respect for us. And that's why I think Sony got a hold of the young folk and told them, you make the CDs as nasty as you can, we'll put them out. And that's what they've done. And the things just have gone down, the overuse. You know, recently there was this complaint by the gay community. The rapper made a song and talked about gay folk, and the gay folk put their collective foot down. We're having this. And now many of his engagements have been canceled. Okay? Now, if you have some of those songs they did and put gay in there or put dago in there, that's a dirty word for Italians, you know, or the kike, the dirty word for Jews, all hell would break loose. In the black community, we need to be the same. We don't want all those negative words and terms. Always, it seems now, always. You pull up to a traffic light and some car pulls up next to you so loud it shakes your car that you're in, and if they got a baby in it, it's killing the child's eardrums. So I'm very glad that you are here and that you're going to be here for the next 5 years teaching the people in our community how to be right, how to get their mind right, how to be concerned about their health. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
I want to say that we're going to be here. I meant to say earlier, I would like to become a part as a researcher of Hood Research. And I'd like to take my health program and invite Hood Research to be a partner of my team of research into how we can rescue the health. And again, there's nothing wrong with putting our foot down and telling people who's doing something, but I guarantee you our enemy is so devious that he ain't gonna stop. So he's not gonna stop. So the best strategy is what we're collaborating together on. Calling, I have a little, and let me just do the refrain from my poem.
Sure.
It's, get up, get up, get up, get up. Spiritual warfare, calling all the soldiers. Hey, 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 get up, get up, get up, get up. Spiritual warfare, calling all the soldiers. calling all the soldiers, calling all the soldiers. I mean, that's the refrain of a poem, and you go into the raps and the thing. So that's how we're going to win. We got to get an army. See, you know, in the art of war, they said, what's the best way to beat your army is beat them without fighting. So I know that there's going to be some fighting, but as I said again, the fighting is a part of the Piscean age. You don't have to, when you have elevated consciousness, you don't have to worry about defeating your enemy by confronting him. All you got to do is send out a bomb of positive energy, and negative energy just, what is that? Oh. I mean, you'd be surprised. Sonya would be calling us up. Absolutely. How can we connect with you? How can we bring out some rapport songs? I mean, you must. So this is what we have to do.
Right. That's right.
I want to see you two-part mature citizens grasp what the progress that I've made in approaching physical immortality. I've done 4 recent disciplines, and 3 recent disciplines. I have a 4th on board on the boards. The 3rd one, I am very much aware that I unlocked in my organs and joints 1% of the toxins and flushed them out. And in my 4th discipline, I aiming for 25%, and that will noticeably make me younger. Because it's nothing but toxins that build up to make you. So I'd like to get both of you as mature citizens to become a part of the whole health idea that we can release the toxins. I know that. I know this because I already know that I release 1%, and I'm aiming next time I'm going to do at least 21 days of fasting, and I'm going to release 25%.
You know, it's interesting you say fasting, because that was on my mind even prior to you saying it as one of the ways. And I used to do anywhere from 24 to like maybe 36, 3 days basically of fasting, which is another way to dump all the stuff out of your system. Engineer has let us know that we've got 3 minutes left. And I just want to say one thing real quick. When you were talking about the mind, a lot of us dismiss certain cliches we hear, but mind over matter is more than a cliche. It's a fact.
Absolutely. There's no. In my first booklet, Dyadic Maturity Healing, this is more. I make the statement that all health begins with mental health. All illness begins with mental illness. So in order to change our condition, we have to become mentally healthy. All of the young people have. Sony just been doing their job, spreading mental illness.
Yes.
That's what they do.
Yes.
But when they realize that their age has passed and that we are beginning to assert ourselves, then they're going to back off. They're going to have to back off because you can't, when it's sunrise, you can't be at sunset. I mean, it's sunrise now. When it's sunset, you can't be at sunrise. When it's time for the ocean for high tide, you got to go with the high tide. Nature, we are a force of nature, and that's what we got to be. Believe me when I tell you.
All right.
Now, Theo,
You know, I love what I'm hearing because we got the power.
We got
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. We just have to sock it to the boom boom with the mighty mighty.
All right.
We got
All right.
the power.
Thank you, Keith.
We got the power.
We got the power. We got the power.
We got the power.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to get out of here now and let y'all take it. Love, peace out. Keith Diamond 2 Productions.
Thank
Love
you. All right. We have 2 minutes left. I just want to thank David and Nelson, the founder of The Last Poets, for being here with us this morning. And thank you all for tuning in to learn and to be understanding that on Saturday he will be at the
Friday.
It's Friday. I'm sorry. Friday, September the 10th from 10 a.m. until closing at the Loving Life Health Food Store on West 7 Mile Road at Sussex. And the address, the BD, is
15224 West 7 Mile.
Okay.
I'll
Again,
just- I'll just-
15224 West 7 Mile, yes.
I'll just interject. Thursday, if you're up for the poetry, I'm going to be featured at Nandi's on Oakland. I don't know the address.
Oh,
But,
okay.
you might
it's
want to come out.
71 Oakland Boulevard.
Okay, so
at
yeah,
Nandi's
that's at
Knowledge
10.
Cafe.
That's
what
at 10 and 9 is when the whole thing starts. But I'm going to be jamming over there.
Are you 9 a.m. or p.m.?
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
But it's all day on Friday. All day.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there the whole day Friday.
Okay. Thursday evening at 90s on Oakland Boulevard. That's 71 Oakland Boulevard. And Friday all day starting at 10 a.m. on
If
the
you're
address
interested in your health.
15224 West 7 Mile.
If you're interested
And
in your health.
we want to thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank
and
you.
for those of you who want to get more information about Hood Research, Google Hood Research anytime. Google Hood Research anytime. And join us for an afternoon with Hood Research this Saturday, 3 p.m. That's 1978-990-5000. Access code 338-729. Press the pound key, join the conversation. And if you didn't have your pen and paper handy, just Google Hood Research and get the information. Follow us on Twitter. And if you don't have access to a computer, ask a friend, grandchild, family member. Someone will help you out. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in again next Monday. Peace.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.